It's up to you, New York, New York, New York.
In this episode, I'll be going to the first day of the 2017 Big Apple Roll. The Big Apple Roll is a 4-day annual event hosted by the Empire Skate Club of New York, which attracts skaters from all over the country and all over the world. So here I'm making my way to the starting point of the 2017 Big Apple Roll. This year, the event was being hosted at the downtown Marriott. So I was to meet Ian and Javi at the back entrance of the Marriott Hotel. I don't think you guys have met Javi yet, but he's part of my usual skate crew. So at this point, it's well past 6, and Ian's nowhere to be found. The event, from what I read, was supposed to start at 6, so Ian's sending me these messages, he's panicking, he can't find the place. But luckily, to his benefit, it actually started at 7, which explained why we were the only skaters around.
Why is it so hard for you to find me?
Oh my god, dude.
So it was 7 o'clock. Skaters had gathered, and it was time to roll out. The first day of the Big Apple Roll, the turnout wasn't that large. It's on a Thursday. The crowd was like the size of your typical Wednesday night skate. Not that much people. So for this skate, we had 2 cameras. I was using a Samsung Galaxy S7, a DJI Osmo mobile gimbal, and Ian was on my usual GoPro Hero Session 5. Throughout this video, I'll be switching from my perspective to Ian's perspective. And what I do is every time Ian comes into my shot, I'll switch to his perspective. Because I thought it'd be really cool to see 2 views of the same shot. So the way I met Javi is actually pretty interesting. So a while back, when I was initially going to purchase the Metroblade GMs, I was on a subreddit and I saw someone post a review of them. When watching this review, I noticed that this was clearly filmed in New York City. So I sent them a message saying, hey, I'm also a city skater too, we should probably meet up sometime. But because of our school schedules, we were never able to meet up. Then one Wednesday night skate, when looking through the crowd, I saw someone who looked familiar, but I wasn't sure from where. It was only when I looked at his feet and noticed what skates he was wearing that I noticed that he was the guy from the Reddit page. So this shot here is pretty dope. 2 bridges in the back. I had thought that I was filming people skating along them the whole time, but I got a bit camera happy and I had inverted the recording. So when I was recording, I was actually pausing it, and when I was pausing, I was actually recording. So I lost a good amount of it. So there's a significant difference between my filming and Ian's filming. You know, I'm on my phone using a gimbal, and I gotta be kind of careful with it because, you know, I don't want to land on my phone. And on the other hand, Ian has my GoPro, which he's dropped before, so he can be much more fluid. You know, my filming, though it looks prettier, it's kind of like stale. One of my favorite parts of skating in the city is skating through all the heavy traffic. Like I mentioned previously in my other video, when we group skate, we take up all of the street. The cars must hate us.
Where have you been?
I was stuck behind.
So these videos are kind of long, and sometimes I wish I can just put in some music to help me pass by faster. But, you know, I don't want to go through all the trouble of editing to have my video removed or silenced. And I'm not a fan of all these generic royalty-free tracks people use. They just make every video feel the same.
Yeah, was kitchen and yeah.
Really?
So I'm not a fan of skating through Central Park because there's a lot of horse poop everywhere because of the horse carriages, and it's long and boring, and it kind of feels just like a lot of the same. It doesn't really yield very good footage.
What's wrong, Javi?
He's slacking. I know. But they're gonna look behind.
So even though the S7 has much better footage, I guess it's because of the mic setup, like where the microphones land. There's a lot of that wind sound, you know, and the GoPro handles the wind much better. So there was this guy who was continuously honking at us through several city blocks, and he was pretty aggressive. And the funny part is that after honking at us all that time, he gets stuck at a red light, and we all just pass and stare him
Where
down.
you get stuck on the light.
Model?
You're ruining my shot. My camera's dying, so it's up to Ian now.
So one of the most annoying parts about the S7 on the gimbal is that the gimbal blocks the charge port, so it's impossible to charge the phone while using it. Most of the time it dies halfway through the trip, so then I have to rely on the GoPro, which leaves me with lots of just, you know, footage that's pretty shaky.
Yeah,
One of the major issues with all these cameras, you know, action cams, and even the cell phones, is that, you know, they have a small lens, so they do very poorly in low light situations. So as you can see in most of the remaining footage, you know, it's not the best lighting situation, but I make do.
So me and my colleague did a calculation about how much money I have to save. Yeah. So if I just work here for the restaurant. This is like the smallest room I've ever been in.
skate like this, right? Okay. Yeah, here's not skate, yeah.
After 3 hours, we had finally completed the round trip. Totaling somewhere around 60 miles, we have finally concluded the first day of the Big Apple Roll. Now for day 2.